Hey guys, it's Sherry Vegas here, and today in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to cast flowers into resin. For this I'm going to use some silicone molds that I bought off Amazon. You can use whatever shape or size that you like. Silicone makes it easier to pop out the resin once it has dried. With a little bit of alcohol, I am just sanitizing my silicone molds, making sure there's no dust particles or anything that I don't want to be in my casting when I'm done with, as I have used these molds previously, so there might be a little bit of dirt or little bits of resin from my old castings. Today for my resin, I'm using a casting resins from Barnes, and this one is called Clarity. It's a 2:1 ratio, so if you have 100 of one, you need 200 of the other. And you have to measure this one. You cannot use it by weight because the two different parts weigh different amounts. Once you've thoroughly combined both parts of the resin, and you do have to mix this resin quite well as one part is a lot denser than the other, you can then pour a thin layer into your silicone molds. I started off with just doing 2, but then at the end I realized I had enough extra that I decided to do the 3rd mold. So once you've poured your first layer in, you just want to give a quick little blowtorch to your molds just to pop any bubbles that might be in the resin, and then you can start layering your flowers down. Today I'm just using flowers that I bought off Etsy. If you just look up dried flowers, you can find a whole bunch, or you can dry your own, it's up to you. When placing your flowers down, you can do whatever design that you want. It's completely up to you, and you can either use your fingers to place the flowers down, or you can use tweezers or toothpicks, whatever you find the easiest. When I work with flowers, I always like to make sure that they're in the middle of my casting, so I'll do multiple layers of resin just to make sure that the flowers are in the middle and they're not going to be on the bottom or the top of my resin. So for this pour, I'm doing 2 layers. So I've poured my first layer, and now I'm applying my flower design in the middle, and then I'm going to let this dry and then pour my second layer, and then that way the flowers will be completely in the middle and protected by the resin. In one of my molds, I decided to do something a little bit different and add a little bit of sparkle. So I have a sparkle from Artisau's and one from an art store, and I've mixed those together, and then I've just placed it on top of the flowers in my mold before the resin sets. I left my molds overnight to dry, around 24 hours, and then I've mixed up some more of the same resin, and I am now just applying that over the top of the molds I already have. This way my flowers are going to be sealed right in the middle of the resin, protecting them. And I do recommend, when you are working with silicone molds, make sure you leave a little bit of a lip, so don't fill your molds right up to the top because it can make it a little bit hard getting them out. And then on my second layer, I just quickly do a quick run of my blowtorch over the top. I would also recommend using a heat gun, and it just pops any of the little resin bubbles. Then, once you've let it dry for another 24 hours, all you need to do is just gently pop them out of the molds, and you have created a really beautiful little piece of artwork. So if you enjoyed this tutorial and got benefit from it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, as I post new videos to do with all different types of art every week. And if you don't follow me already, go and check out my other social medias, as I post stuff that you don't get to see here.